Welcome! E aí, galera, beleza? Bem-vindo à nossa comunidade.
Welcome to our community.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is OGC here. Welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be looking at 3 primary abilities you want on a damage dealing dragon. Before we do, I just want to say, if you're from America, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Sorry I didn't have videos for the past couple days. Honestly, it was nice to have a little break, spend some time with the family, not worry about anything with the game at all. It was amazing. So, that being said, the holidays are over and we are back. When Christmas comes up, there's going to be about a week where I'm not going to be home. I'll be in a nice, warm, tropical type of area for Christmas. It's tough. It's not easy. It is not easy. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy myself. What I'll do for then is I'm going to try and get a bunch of content made ahead of time. That way there's plenty of cool stuff for us to all watch then. So for today's video, we are going to look at damage dragons and 3 primary abilities that we want to focus on, possibly even a 4th. So these 3 abilities is Magic Swell, Arcane Blessing, and the Energy Pulse thing. These 3 abilities together, they all work off of each other. So each one plays off of another one, which plays off of another one, and it just creates a really, really powerful damage-dealing dragon. Now, that being said, there are probably thousands of different dragon combinations people out there can do. This is a very generic breakdown. So it's nothing specific. It's very, very, very basic. So we'll look at the first one, and the first one is Arcane Blessing. When this is fully blessed, it offers 20% more magic damage dealt. I mean, this is just straight up huge. You're trying to deal damage with your dragon, so why wouldn't you want to increase your dragon's magic damage by 20%? It makes sense in every possible way. In the breakdowns for the tiers, what it does is it actually reduces the dragon's ability cooldowns. When it is fully at rank 100, like a blessed, it reduces all of its cooldowns by 3 seconds. That's massive. We're going to talk more about the cooldowns later on, but just keep that in mind. So Arcane Blessing, 20% more damage dealt by its magic damage, and probably more importantly, 3 seconds reduce on all of its cooldowns. Absolutely massive. So that's ability number 1. Number 2, we have Energy Pulse. So what happens is the dragon will run forwards, and periodically it will put out like a pulse of energy, and that pulse will do a lot of damage, guys. It melts units over time. It doesn't matter what it is. If you get your dragon somehow in the enemy's back line, or your dragon just walks close to the enemy archers, and it does a pulse, you're just going to see the archers just get shredded. They're just going to disappear. They're going to run for their lives. I would as well. If I was like a little bowman and all of a sudden a giant dragon was right next to me, like blowing up pulses of energy, I would probably run for my life. That's just me though. So Energy Pulse is huge. When it's fully blessed out, it deals 3,000 magic damage to nearby enemies. It doesn't sound like a lot. It really doesn't sound like a lot. But what we have to keep in mind is you're going to get benefits from all of your other skills, your dragonic talents. So that 3,000 damage, that's just the base damage. It actually goes up way higher than 3,000 damage. Now, what's important with this is when this is fully blessed out, it reduces the pulse intervals by 6 seconds. 6 seconds, guys. That's huge. And then we have Arcane Blessing. That's an additional 3 seconds. So now that's 9 seconds off. To be completely honest with you guys, I don't know what the normal pulse rate is. I have no idea. I have about 1 pulse rate per second, if as long as I'm alive. But I don't know what that takes off of. But that's 9 seconds total between Energy Pulse and Arcane Blessing at reducing the cooldown for the dragon's Energy Pulse. This skill is the bread and butter. It will shred everything around the dragon. Now, just to take this one step further, we have Magic Swell. So what will happen is periodically the dragon will release a wave of magic damage whenever it casts an ability. Notice that Energy Pulse is an ability. It damages enemies, and it also reduces their magic resistance, and it can sack. Like, what more would you want? So, I believe at when it's fully blessed out is 15% magic resistance reduction off of the enemy. It can stack. That's probably the biggest thing. So that 15% can stack over time. So if you have more tanky units around the dragon, say the enemy has like 3,000 HP, or I'm sorry, 300,000 HP swordsmen, and they're surrounding the dragon, over time with all of these pulses and magic swells, it's going to destroy all of those swordsmen. It just needs that time. So what this will do is it will put out a little bit of damage. The damage isn't quite as significant as the energy pulse itself. However, the magic swell combines really well with the energy pulse. So with all three of these abilities, the Arcane Blessing, which Arcane Blessing reduces all of the dragon's cooldowns when it's blessed by 3 seconds, and it increases magic damage by 20%. Then we have the Energy Pulse. Energy Pulse is where the main bulk of the damage will come out of. That's like the damage skill. Everything else kind of just buffs it. And then we have the Magic Swell, which reduces the enemy's magic resistance, which increases the damage from Energy Pulse. So these three things combined on any type of damaged dragon it's going to allow the dragons to just destroy everything around it that much faster. This is what you're seeing in if you're watching the high-end fights in Dual Towers and you're just seeing everything around the dragon just get destroyed. This is what's causing it. It's these three skills combined. They synchronize so well. If you are interested in building a damaged dragon, I highly recommend getting these three skills. I'm sure that there's situations where they are not the best, but they just really help out. Now, there is a fourth skill, and I do recommend this skill if you have room on your dragon and you get lucky with your rolls. This fourth skill is called Fatal Blows. So what Fatal Blows does is it increases the dragon's critical hit chance by 15%. Right? What are we doing with this with magic? Like, why? Why bother, OGC? I don't care about the dragon critting. I just want to get those fantastic energy pulses. Well, in fact, magic damage can crit. Imagine that, guys. So the magic damage from Fatal Blows, it actually doesn't do any magic damage. I'm sorry. It can offer the dragon abilities to crit, which means your energy pulse can all of a sudden crit. And with this fully maxed out, you get Undying Malice, Molossi, whatever. You get the Undying ability, and it increases the critical damage by 30%. So if you choose to add this on, this is fantastic at increasing the damage overall. Now, one other thing I want to show you guys, because I think all of this matters in building everything together. So I think where dragons are right now, especially with the Dragonic out and everything, I think dragons are at a really interesting place where you don't just need that one thing and you're good. It used to be months ago, back when I actually enjoyed dragons, before they became like so pay to win that I can't even keep up. Anyways, back then, all you needed was Noble Blood and Blessed Humanoid, or Noble Blood and Blessed Hero Pred. Whatever it looked like, you just needed Noble Blood and the last talent. If you had all 4 purples, that's awesome. If you didn't, you could get by with just a couple. Things have changed, and now it's all about synchronizing your skills with your Dragonic talents. So, before I show you the next piece, please take a moment to smash the thumbs up button and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Bunch of cool information in the link below. Anyways, let's jump into that cool piece, and we'll take a look at it here. So this is under the Affliction talent pool for Dragon talents, Dragonic. Anyways, what we have is Dismal. What this offers is reduced ability cooldowns by 0.1 second for each one of these. So you can get it up to 5 out of 5 ranks for each one of these, and each one of these will take off half a second. It doesn't sound like much. It really doesn't. I know it doesn't. But this is pretty significant because in the Affliction tree, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 of these, which means you can reduce your cooldowns for your dragons by an additional 2 full seconds if you go through this. What that means is your energy pulse is going to get 3 seconds taken off because of Arcane Blessing. So that's 3 seconds there. It takes 6 more seconds off. So we're up to like this many. Whoops. Yes. Okay. We're up to 9 seconds off with maxed out energy pulse. Then we get this. This is 11 seconds because it's 2 more onto the 9. 11 seconds total off of your energy pulse. This is massive. This is the difference between just getting all 3 of those skills: Energy Pulse, Arcane Blessing, and Magic Swell. That's awesome. That's awesome. Your dragon's going to go out and you'll see a pulse, and then you'll wait a few seconds, then you'll get another pulse, and then a swell, and everything is fine and swell. However, once you get these the Dismals leveled up for your dragon, should you choose to do so, what will happen is you'll just see it, and it's going to look like spam. If you watch the PvP replays and it's on normal speed, like the 1x, it looks like people that have this setup, it looks like the dragon's just pulsing like out of control. It's going wild. Granted, in real PvP, like real PvP time, when everything's half speed, it's not as frequent, or it doesn't appear to be as frequent, but it really is pretty fast. So all of these things together offer your dragon so much damage potential. It's massive. Of course, maxing out your destruction talent tree, that's going to increase your damage, of course. But reducing the cooldowns from the affliction tree can also help out, especially with the Magic Swell, Arcane Blessing, and Energy Pulse. So that being said, whatever you do from there, I'll just pull up my dragon. Whatever you do from there is up to you. So as you can see on this dragon, this is a Onyx dragon going for damage. I know it's not perfect. It is what it is. It's working for me for right now. But you have the Energy Pulse, you have the Magic Swell, you have the Fatal Blows, and then you have the Arcane Blessing. Those 4 are going to allow the dragon to do a bunch of damage around it. Then when you take the 3 gravitational fields right at the beginning of the battle, that should, depending on the RNG and where they hit, if they get in the back and hit the archers are just gone. And then, of course, you have the external void. So as your melee units drop, all of a sudden you can do more damage to the enemy front line or wherever. So hopefully this helped you guys out a little bit with understanding the DPS or the damage dragons. Right now, would I recommend going full in, investing a bunch into a damage dragon? So here's the deal with that. I think there's a lot of rumors that sometime before the end of the year, damage dragons are going to get a giant nerf. That stinks. If that's the truth. We won't know until we actually see it. I hear a lot of rumors. So I tend to wait until I can actually see it. If that is true, it might not be the end of the world for the damage dragon. Why is that? Well, they're coming out with Dragon Chakra, which I don't know anything about. But if I know one thing about this game, if there is a nerf, all of a sudden they'll implement something just to bring it back up to normal power. So I don't really know how affected damage dragons are going to be. Everything is very up in the air with it all. So it's kind of up to you. I don't know what I would recommend if I would pick anything. I think the Azul damage dragons are the best right now, in my opinion. So if you are going to go ham spending to get it, I'd go with the Noble Blood damage dragon. That's just me. But anyways, hopefully this gave you guys some insight. I'm sorry I don't have a picture-perfect explanation on the upcoming alleged rumored nerf or the buff with the chakra. So anyways, that is how damage dragons can do a ton of damage. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed the holidays. Please let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. If you're not from America, that's awesome. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. And tomorrow we will have Clash of Fate going up against round 2 against the Hungry Hippos. That should be a lot of fun. And yeah, more Void videos coming out next week, some cool stuff. So with that, guys, please make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and until tomorrow, have a wonderful day.